Welcome to Tech Talk. Today I'm going to talk about Azure Storage Account. So here we'll discuss about what is a storage account and why we need that storage account and what are the different type of storage account is supported in the Azure cloud. So all those things we'll see it and also we'll see how we can create the Azure storage. So here Azure storage account. Here the major service type will be like blob storage, Azure file, table and sequences, sorry, queues. Blob storage. In this type we can store, like we can store the big data, like means it's unstructured data. You can store binary, you can store the media file, or you can store that log file or whatever data type you want log analysis. If you want to store, then you can store it in the blob storage. And also Azure has a other type called file. File means it's kind of it's like you can store the normal files, classic files. You can store it in the Azure files. And also there are two more type like tables and queues. Tables, it's kind of like a normal database tables. You can create rows of data, and the queues would be again kind of storage. It will maintain the um, first in first out. Okay. So these are the major type in the Azure storage account. We have it. Okay. So, in the blob storage, the main difference between the blob storage and Azure file is like the volume of data. You see that you can store bulk volume of data in the blob storage. The files you can store the medium file like in file size. And the another difference is like in Azure file service type, you can mount, it's kind of mountable. You can mount with any of the VM. Uh, but blob storage, you cannot mount it. It will be separate. You can, there are multiple interfaces to access those storages, like, the SDK is there, like SDK is there for Java, Python, and major programming language. We can use that SDK and we can integrate with that with our application, and from there you can access the storage. It's storage, okay. The second will be like it is Azure file. As I told, we can mount as a storage a disk to any of that VM. Okay. So that is a different, the major difference. Now we'll see that how we can create the Azure storage account. So Azure storage account is nothing but it's a logical name for the storage services. Let's see how we can create it. So I already have the Azure account. So I log into the portal. So either we can do it in the portal or we can do it in the CLI script. So I'm going into the portal. So here we can create the, so here as I explained, it's everything will be the resources. You can create the storage account based on our use cases. We can select here we under which service group I'm going to use the service group, the subscription type. Subscription will be this is trying to create this account, the storage account under my subscriptions, and the storage account name I will give some test or something. It should be other small letter numbers we can use it, but I'm using it's like this and the region I can select the central India. So I already have VM on this region, so I'm selecting this. Then primary instance here we have to select which type of my storage account we are going to create it. So in my case, I'm going to use the blob storage so that I can store the large volume of objects. So everything will be here, everything will be stored as a object. I'm going to create blob storage. And so here we have some, it's based on the performance and latencies based on that. There are two different plans. They have it, then we can select based on our use cases. Okay. This is, I'm going with it normal, then and here it's like I'm trying here we have to select if there any duplicate is required. So in case of any disaster or any case of any failure, then if you want to keep to other duplicate, then you can find keep it. Um, okay, that is excellent. When there are advanced options visible, most of things will be the like optional require secure transfer HTTP option. So this I'm going as it is. But here these options are used. I'm not going to use it. So I see as it is. The networking. So how we are going to access this file so that uh, we can select and how we can protect our storage account, all those things we can select it okay, here. Means or I'm not going to enable for all networks. So I enable access from selector virtual network my RIP addresses. So I'm going to enable it from only for my virtual network. Okay. Then virtual network subscription and virtual network I can select it, which I have already I have it. So this storage account will be accessed only in this network. Here we can give our IP address. Yes, we are whitelisting that IP address. So I'm not going with that option for now. Okay. Then data protection again it's a security. So I'm going with the default one options and description. Then I'm going with the like Microsoft manage the keys and mechanisms. I'm going with the default. If you want, you have if you have any key vault, then you can use that. That you can generate your own key and you can use that key to access your storage account. So here you can so we'll see that key vault concept in the next session. So for now, I'm going with the Microsoft to manage the keys. Okay. The Microsoft itself will handle the generating the keys and encryption and all those things will be handled. Next will be tag. It's again it's optional for just to identify what kind of environment that will go on around those things. So, so you can select date and can do the V1 create. So this is how we can create the storage account. The storage account again it's chargeable. So based on the what kind of a plan you are using, so based on that it will be chargeable. I think validation is done, we can create. deployed under this virtual network. Storage account, or create a resistant storage account. Here we can upload the files and all that. We can do the operations, whatever the operations. We'll see how we can access the storage account and how we can store it. So all those things we'll see it in the separate session. Thank you.